I said, Lord, show me the way. So many nights I laid aside. I said, Lord, I don't want to fight. But in your word, I find peace. And in your word, I am healed. And I know that you will always be by my side. God, you are my strong tower. God, you are. You can put your hands on it right here. So many days I've cried and prayed. I said, Lord, show me the way. So many nights I laid aside. I said, Lord, I don't want to fight. But in your word, I find peace. And in your word, I am healed. And I know that you will always be by my side. God, you are my strong tower. God, you are. Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing tonight? How is everybody doing on tonight? Y'all tap in. Let me know you're here. Tap in real quick. Let me know that you're here. Speak to me as you're coming in. Speak to me as you're coming in. Let me know that you are in the building. Hope everybody has had an amazing day. Hope everybody has had a productive day, an income producing day. Yeah. How is everybody? Good evening, Key. Good evening, Jazz. Hope everybody is great. Woo. Are y'all surviving this pollen? Because yeah, your boy's struggling. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. All right. Tag y'all's cousins and them. Tell them come on in the room. Tag your cousins and them. Tell them come on in the room. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. As folks are still coming in, wow, we have she said it's terrible. Look, I had to I was a part of the National Day of Prayer downtown and trying to get through a prayer without coughing in the microphone. It was tough. Yeah, it was a tough day, but we made it. We survived, right? We survived. We survived. All right, so got a lot to do. Got a long ways to go, short time to get there. So let's go ahead and pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this day. We thank you for these your people that are here. We thank you for the opportunity to share with these your people. We thank you that you have something for everybody on tonight, and we are extremely grateful and thankful, and we give you glory and praise in Jesus' name. Amen. Yeah. So, all right. So let's recap today. First of all, shout out Shout out to my man, 100 grand, Pastor Trev Evans. Thank you so much for the invitation, for you and from you and Bishop O'Neill, to be a part of such a momentous occasion as the National Day of Prayer. It was phenomenal, and I was honored, to say the least, to be in the building. Blessings to you, Linda. Blessings. Blessings, Deacon Coley. It was a tremendous honor just to be in the building. And look, all of this. So I'm accustomed to, doing what I do day in, day out. But Impact for me was an extreme reality this afternoon. I got on the stage and there was a chair that said Doug Davis, Impact Church, Greenville. And I was like, sheesh, that's me. Like, that's your boy. So it was pretty cool. It was surreal, actually. It was absolutely surreal. I'm excited about tonight. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we've been covering. If you've been following what we're doing, what's good? Look, if you've been following what we're doing, I am no, I'm not sorry. There's been a lot of information that has been put out there, a lot of flyers, a lot of things. It's not going to stop. So I would just advise you, once you see them, click it and share it, because we're moving fast. We've got so much to do. And yeah, we got a short time to get there. But look, if you haven't been missing what's happening, I don't need you to miss this. Someone type in the chat. No, everybody type in the chat. June 1st. Okay. June the 1st at 11 o'clock a.m. It's up. June 1st, 11 a.m. It's up. Every partner, every volunteer, everybody that's going to make what we do happen is going to be in the building on June the 1st. All right. I'm an 80s baby. So the 80s babies would say, be there or be square. That's lame. But listen, June the 1st, 11 a.m. I need to see how many bodies. Yeah, you got it. I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody in the building. Look, I'm feeding y'all. All right. So y'all ain't gonna come at me and say, Pastor Doug invited me to his meetup and he didn't have no food. Look, I've got everything covered for y'all. I got food. We got DJs. Look, we got it all. So it's up. Listen to me. It's up. We're not going to sit in there like it's a library. It's up. All right. We got a DJ. We are not going to be in there listening to the sweet mother of gospel, the one and only Pastor Shirley Caesar. Listen, it's up. All right. We dancing, we grooving, we moving. It's going to be a great time. And I need to see your face in the place. All right. If you come to the meetup with church clothes on, I'm sending you home. All right. Don't even try. Don't even do me like that. All right. It's going to be a great time. Great time to meet everybody. Great time of fellowship. It's going to be up. I mean, it's going to be up. All right. So June the 1st. If you remember nothing else from tonight, I need you to remember June the 1st. So now with that comes some responsibility. All right. I am not buying all this food for y'all and y'all don't come. All right. I will call you out and tag you on Facebook and say they said they were coming and they didn't come. And I need y'all to make sure y'all send me their little lunch money that I wasted. All right. We ain't doing that. There was a sign up sheet. All right. Order is of God. All right. There's a sign up sheet and I need you guys to go find the flyer. If you don't have it, email me. I'll send it to you. I've got the Google link on deck. And I need you guys to go and sign up for the meetup on June the 1st. All right. Are we having revival? No. All right. Are we going to be talking about the vision of Impact Church? Yes. Are we going to be talking about how amazing this thing is going to be? Yes. Do we need 50 people in the building? Yes. All right. You can bring somebody with you. All right. Now listen. Don't be bringing folks just because they're hungry. All right. All right. You know how y'all do. Don't be bringing folk just because they're hungry. Bring somebody with you that wants to make a life change, that wants to see something impactful, that wants to do church, or they want to try church again. They're a part of church and they want to see church done differently, not in the sense of anything different doctrinally, but we're going to have fun. I told the musicians and the singers that were on with us on Monday night, it's going to be pandemonium. 90-minute service structure of complete pandelirium from beginning with intercession, worship, word. It's going to be crazy. All right. God has shown us. He has shown us impact, and he's shown us what he wants us to do, what it needs to look like. And I don't know about you guys, but I am ready. If you're ready, just clap in the chat. Just type, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. Now, if you are on the chat and you excel in marketplace, if you excel in your place of employment, if you are self-employed, or if you are a self-proclaimed leader, this live tonight is for you. Okay. This live tonight is for you. And I left my book bag in the other room, but it's all good. So everything that we're going to talk about tonight is directed specifically to the leader. Okay. Now, let me be very clear. Leaders are not always the person that has the title of president, CEO, boss, etc. All right. If you have the gift of organization, if the functionality of what you're a part of lies with you, then I'm talking to you. All right. I'm talking to leaders. I'm talking to people who are leading, who have a desire to lead, or the people that feel as though leadership is my next step. Okay. This one's for you. All right. So let's dive into this. We are going to be talking from something that's very near and dear to me. I'm going to put this on the screen so that way you all can see it. All right, boom. So, Dear Leader. Dear Leader is a book written by yours truly. That it was written by me, that speaks directly to the heart of leaders. Okay. Everyone aspires, to be the boss. Everyone aspires to be in position. Everyone wants to make that next step. But here is the truth. We aspire to do all these things, but leadership does not come with a manual. Okay. Leadership does not come with a manual. And so you have to grasp principles of leadership so that way you can take yourself, your dream, your vision, your business to the next level. Okay. Your dream, your vision to the next level. So let's jump into it real quick. Right. Leadership, as defined by Merriam-Webster, says that leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. All right. Leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. If you have 2 people that work for you, you're a leader. If you are a supervisor of 5 people, you're a leader. If the people that are in charge are asking you for answers, that means you are a leader. So to make sure that your role is clear and defined, leadership by definition, it is the act of leading a group of people or an organization. All right. Now, check this out. This is how I surmise leadership. Leadership as defined by me. All right. It is the ability of an individual to bring together a conglomerate of people with different ideas, different goals, different methodology, different habits, and ability levels for the single purpose of meeting a single objective. Right. Bringing together people, a conglomerate of people that have different ideas, different goals, different methodology, and different ability levels for the sole purpose of meeting a single objective. Now, this is supposed to be a church live. Why are we talking about this? Here is why. A church is made up of a diverse group of people. Everyone that comes into a ministry, everyone that comes into the fold of a church, everyone brings with them something different. Okay. Everyone has different ideas, different goals. So what are you wanting out of church? What does this experience? What do you need from this experience? What I do as leader, especially as it relates to meeting the goals of people. When I meet people as leader and they say, "Hey, I want to be attached to you. Hey, I want you to teach me this. Hey, I need you to show me how to do this." I have to make sure that I'm being effective and I'm not stretching myself too thin. As a leader, when I come in contact with people, the first question that I need to know is, what do you need from me? Okay. What do you need from me? I ask that not in a sense of arrogance, not in a sense of pride, but you ask people what they need from you because you want to make sure that to be an effective leader, that you have the capacity to fulfill the needs of the people. All right. As leader, you have to make sure that you have the capacity to fulfill the needs of the people. All right. How much capacity do you have? That's the question. How much capacity do you have? Layman's terms, how much can you handle? Yeah, how much can you handle? If we all be honest, and I think I will be the first person that will say with assurance, life, woo, be lifing. Yeah, life be lifing. Yeah, maybe I'm by myself. Maybe your days are easier than mine, but I'm the first person to say that life be lifing. If you can agree with that, just say, yeah, it's me. It's me. Yeah, life be lifing. So you have to ask people to make sure that you're being effective as a leader. What do you need from me? What can I provide for you? All right. Also, the people have different ideas, different goals, and different methodology. Okay. They have different methodology. Listen, you have to recognize the fact that everybody is not going to think like you. Okay. As a leader, you have to understand that everybody is not going to think like you. Okay. They have different methodology. Different methodology. There are two types of drivers. Two types of drivers. You have the driver who is from the city you're driving in. And of course, they know everything. They know every shortcut. They know every back road. They know the fastest way from point A to point B. All right. Now, here is the reality. You may be familiar with the same streets. You may know the layout just as well as they do. However, the way that you choose to get there may be different than theirs. So as leader, you have to be mature enough to say that just because someone doesn't do things the way that I do it, it does not make their way incorrect. Okay. People are going to have different methodology. Okay. They're not going to do it like you. Okay. They're not going to think like you. They're going to have different habits. And watch this. Here is the kicker for those that are in leadership. Excuse me. Levels. People that you are charged with leading will sometimes have different ability levels, right? Now, let me say this in ways in which we can understand it. Sometimes the people you are charged with leading will be better at what they're doing than you are. Yeah. So as leader, here comes the honest question. How can you handle someone? How do you lead someone that has a greater skill set at a specific task than you do as the leader? Okay. What do? First thing you do is you embrace them. You have to recognize that there will be people that will come into your space and that will come into your scope, and they are better at doing something than you are, and you have to be okay with that. Okay. There can't be any egos with leadership. There can't be any, they're trying to take my spot as leader. If they have a greater skill set at something than what you currently possess, they are here to help. Okay. They're here to help. I need you to write this down. When the help comes, let the help help. I'll say that again. When the help comes, let the help help. Yeah, I just freed somebody because you were ready. You thought your person that was working with you was a know-it-all. When the help comes, let the help help. They have different ability levels. All right, but here's the great thing. even though they have different habits, different abilities, different ideas, different methodology, and different goals, everybody that works on a team works together to achieve a singular objective. Okay? Everybody comes together to achieve a singular objective. Yeah. Everybody works together for the purpose of achieving a singular objective. All right. All right, we're moving. Here are a few leadership essentials that I think are necessary for every person that is a leader. Let me take this banner off real quick because it's kind of taking over my slideshow here. I can take my name down, right? Y'all know who I am, right? Okay. Okay. Leadership essentials. Says 4, I added another. Delegation, communication, cultivation, maturation, and observation. These are key elements every leader should have, or make sure that it's in your leadership repertoire. All right, this will be up after the live, so you don't have to feel like you got to write all this stuff down. Delegation, communication, cultivation, maturation, and observation. Right. Let's dive into this real quick. Delegation. Delegation. Before I even get into the definition, I'm gonna surmise it like this. Delegation is the art of safely letting go. Delegation is the art of delegation is the art of safely letting go. Okay. Your ability to delegate promotes growth within your organization. Listen to me. Hear this. You cannot manage every activity. All right. I hope I'm helping you. You cannot manage every activity. Your job leader, your job CEO, your job supervisor, your job owner, your job manager, your job is to delegate the work that needs to be done while ensuring the end results matches your stated expectations. Yeah. Your job is to delegate the work that needs to be done. Okay. Delegate the work that needs to be done while ensuring the end results matches your stated expectations. Right. Now, listen, watch this. Here is where leadership frustration comes in. You give somebody a task and you don't tell them what to do. You give somebody a task and you don't give them your expectations. So instead of the person you and them begin to butt heads because what you're expecting from them and what you've actually told them does not match. Okay. So as a leader, you have to make sure that you are giving people your expectations, right? If you are a person of time, you have to make sure that those that are working with you are never late. If you are a person of speed, you have to communicate that because most people don't operate with a sense of urgency. And so what will happen, you will become frustrated with the speed in which they're working when in all reality, you never told them that if I give you something, I need it like tomorrow or like the next day or the next minute. You have to give people your personal expectations. Okay. I'm going to be very transparent. I learned this is a subset of this lesson. There's two types of people. There are performers and there are planners. All right. The planner cannot be a performer. The performer struggles with planning. I had to learn that I had to figure out how to marry the two, because when something comes to my mind, it happens instantaneous. And I expect whatever it is, that brain baby that is birthed, I expect it to be done like right then. So what I would do is I would get an idea. It would be a wild, crazy idea. And I'm like, whoa, I need to shoot a commercial. Yo, I need a flyer. Yo, I need all these things that I need it right now. And I would reach out to someone and give them what has been downloaded to me. And then I would sit around and I would wait. What I learned was I would begin to grow frustrated because the people that I was delegating the work to had no idea the angst and the anxiety that I was dealing with because I had never told them clearly my expectations. Yeah. So I had to check myself before I ruined good relationships. And so now when things come to me, I write them down, I send it out. And so now if I've got a 3 to 5 day window of things that are already prepared that haven't been released yet, because of the fact I had to make sure they understood my expectations. Okay. So again, your job is to delegate the work that needs to be done while ensuring the end results matches your stated expectations. Now, I'm going to step on some toes right here real quick. All right. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. You cannot do everything by yourself. Superman, superwoman. All right. Superman, superwoman. You have to treat your tasks like God does us. Okay. Once you have delegated the work, once you have given people your stated expectations, you have to take your hands off of it. Okay. You cannot continue to micromanage people. You cannot continue to look over their shoulders. All right. And I'm going to throw this in for free. If you do not allow the people that you put in place to work, you stifle their growth, which in turns frustrates the leadership, which in turn makes them leave. They leave because they're not growing, and they're not growing because you won't let them. So you've lost good people. You have good people that are hemorrhaging from your organization, and it's your fault. Yep, it's your fault. Listen, over-functioning leads to burnout. All right, the slide says that burnout is a byproduct of over-functioning. Okay. Over-functioning is a byproduct. Over-functioning will produce burnout. All right. Leadership burnout happens when you have your hands in everything. Okay. Let me put it in ways you can understand. You got to let go because you're a control freak. You have to let go because you are a control freak. Nothing is going to work. Nothing is going to go as smoothly as it should if you have your hands in every facet of the organization. So you have to learn how to delegate. All right. Someone just type delegate. You have to communicate. Okay. You have to communicate. You as leader can never be afraid of having the hard conversation. If you see something and you don't like it, you have to correct it. If you see something that kind of gets under your skin, that it really isn't your vibe, really isn't your feng shui, then you have to communicate that. Because here's what happens. People will continue to operate in a space and they think they're being effective. And if you don't communicate that, I don't like this, or let's try this another way, or I would have preferred if we did X, Y, and Z, they will continue to do the thing that they believe is the right thing to do. At the same time, you will continue to be frustrated because you never told them anything differently. Okay. Also, with communication is key. If desired results within your organizational structure are continually not being met. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road with leadership, because as leader, you can't be passive. As leader, you can't give people passes. All right. As leader, you can have grace and you can love people. But if they know your expectations, they know what they're here for, they know their job roles, okay, then you have to hold them to a standard. Okay. Communication is key. If desired results within your organizational structure are continually not being met and they're continually not being performed, there are only 2 reasons why that is happening. Number one, you've not communicated it because they don't know what to do. They don't know your expectations. They don't know what it is that you are desiring for them to do. Or number 2, they've chosen not to do it. Okay. Only 2 reasons why things do not take place under your leadership. They don't know what to do. Okay. They don't know your expectations. Well, what am I supposed to be doing? We've heard that as leader, right? Well, I mean, I would have done it if you had told me. I didn't know what to do. Right. So then you have to have an honest conversation with yourself and say, well, did I give them my expectations? Did I give them the rubric for this thing that I've asked them to do? Did I give them a step-by-step manual? Do they know the steps if I'm not there? You have to communicate it. But if you have communicated your expectations, if they know your heart, if they know the vision, if they know what it is that you want, and then they don't do it, they've made a choice not to follow your leadership, right? They've made that choice not to follow your leadership. And then you have to ask yourself, what do I do with that person? One of two reasons. I call it, I got to dress this one up. I call it the index and middle response. Okay. They either don't know what to do, or the second one is a middle response. They're telling you, I'm not doing it. Okay. And as leader, you have to address that. Okay. Maturation. Woo! Someone just type in the chat for me. Someone just type grow up. Yeah, please say that one for me. Just type grow up. Grow up. For you to be an effective leader, there has to be a degree of maturity. Okay? Maturation is hugely important in being a leader. There has to be a degree of maturity. Am I helping anybody tonight? I hope I'm helping. All right. There has to be a season for you of maturation. You have to be mature. Okay. You got to grow up. Right. Look, I'm all for a good pop off. All right. You ain't going to, you know how y'all do. Right. Y'all be blinking them eyes and man, y'all be beating your chest like you ready to fight somebody. You ain't gonna do nothing. But look, you gotta grow up. Okay. I've learned as I've gotten wiser, because I'm not gonna say older. Okay. As I've grown as a leader, I've learned that you have to be mature. The way that you talk to people will 1000% give you an indication of their response. If you come at me sideways, right? Now, don't y'all get off this live saying, man, he was talking sideways. Look, if you come at me sideways, please be prepared for a sideways response, right? Y'all pray for me, all right? God's still working on me. If you come at me sideways, expect the sideways response, because here's the truth, because I'm mature enough to say this. There is nothing about me, there is nothing about me that makes you feel as though it's okay to talk to me like you crazy, right? There's nothing about me that would suggest that it is okay for you to come talk to me like you're crazy. And here is why, because I wouldn't do that to you. I value who you are. I value what you bring to the table. And so there's no way in the world that I would ever come at you in a way that is disrespectful, because I've grown up, right? Maturation. You cannot lead from a state of emotionalism. All right, hear me, leader. You cannot lead from a state of emotionalism. Never give an emotional response. Okay. Every conversation, every decision must be done so with a spirit of integrity. Okay. Never give an emotional response. Every conversation, every decision must be done so with a spirit of integrity. With any decision, leader, there will be opposition, but you've got to be able to stand on what you said. All right. You got to stand on business. Stand on business. We're coming through. We're making a change. All right. If they grumble, if they complain, but you know that it's going to affect them in a positive manner, stand on it. You can't capitulate to people's opinions. You can't capitulate to someone say, I don't like it, or I think this is a bad idea. You can have open dialogue. You can welcome what they say. But the reality of it still remains, you're the leader and you have to make the decision, even if it's the wrong one. All right. Stand on business. Know this. Stand on what you said. But listen, you cannot lead from a petty perspective. Right? You cannot lead from a petty perspective. My mama, bless her heart, is the, and I find myself quoting her a lot, especially as I begin to talk about leadership and some other things. All right. You have to be mature. All right. You cannot lead from a petty perspective. All right. She says it like this: 2 wrongs don't make a right. Okay. 2 wrongs do not make a right. Okay. So there has to be maturation. You have to be mature. All right. You have to be mature. All right. Listen, I can talk about this all night. Okay. Listen, cultivation. All right. As a leader, there is something that I do not ever want to hear from leaders that I either work with, work around, work for, and it is this: people are quick to say it's not my job. People are very quick to say that it is not my job. Well, as a leader, it is. Cultivation. It is the responsibility of leadership to consistently find ways, to find innovative ways. I'm sorry, to find innovative ways to engage and enrich people that are under your care. Oh God, this is so good. It is a responsibility of leadership to consistently find innovative ways to engage and enrich those that are under your care. Cultivation, cultivation requires uncomfortable work. Woo. Someone just type in the chat, it gets messy. It gets messy. Yeah, cultivation is messy work. How many on the chat have a garden or a yard, and you're now working in the time because spring is here, and you're having to cut hedges, you're having to get in and pull weeds, you're having to get in and redo mulch beds, you're having to get in and reach your hands in there with what could be snakes. It gets messy. All right, we have a garden in our backyard, and to plant flowers, you've got to put in fresh soil, and there's a bag of something that is called manure. Okay, you got to put in soil and manure for those seeds to plant, for those seeds to get in the ground and germinate. You've got to mix in some soil, and you got to mix in a little bit of manure. Okay, so here is the thing: cultivation is messy work. Gardening is messy work. But if you are a leader, you are in the business of cultivating people, and it is messy work. This isn't something that I've invented. This isn't something that I think. This is what I know. The Bible says that the man came to a vineyard, and there was a tree that was not producing any fruit. The man then said to the keeper of the vineyard, he says, I've come to this tree, and every time I come to this tree, it is producing no fruit. Cut it down. Cut it down. The keeper of the vineyard said to the man, he said, listen, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Pause, time out, wait a minute. He said, look, just give me another year. He said, and if it's not producing fruit at that time, then you can cut it down. The Bible also says in this same story, he says, listen, let me, keeper of the vine says to the man about this dead tree, he says, let me cultivate it. Yeah, he said, let me dig around it. Let me dung it. Yeah, let me turn over the soil. Let me water it. Let me do my thing to it. And if it's not producing fruit at this time next year, then you can cut it down. Okay. So as leadership is messy, messy, messy work. Sometimes it doesn't smell pleasant. Sometimes it doesn't look good, but it's necessary work, but it's messy. All right. He said, let me dig around it. So when you're leading people, you have to learn to get down into the root of the matter of what's leading that person. You have to not only understand their present, but you got to understand their past. And then as leader, once you recognize that there is something special about this person, they just need a little bit of cultivation, then you have to make the decision to roll your sleeves up and you got to get to work. All right. You've got to dig around some things. You've got to dig around some areas that they have had hidden. You've got to dig around some areas that they've not told you about. You have to dig around some areas that you would have never discovered had you not had the conversation. You, leader, you have to dig around it. And then you have to not only unearth the soil, but you've got to dung around it. Okay. You've got to deal with the mess. You got to deal with the messy attitudes. You got to deal with the eye rolls. You got to deal with people not respecting your position at first, okay? Because with all the digging that you're doing, they think that you're trying to hurt them, okay? I've been in this state for quite some time now. So why do you think that what you're saying or what you're doing is going to help me? The reason why is because I'm not here to judge you for being fruitless. I am here to help cultivate the gift that I know is inside of you, right? The keeper of the vine said, hey, look, let me just do my thing with it, because I know there's something on this tree, there's something within this tree that's going to produce something. All right. And that's where many of us, I don't know how we got here, but that's where many of us are in our lives right now. We have experienced so many times, and we have experienced so many moments of fruitlessness, right? And when the help comes, we choose to sometimes not let the help. But the reality of it is, this is what being under leadership does. Leadership cultivates the gift that is inside of you. If you will just allow leadership to cultivate you, all right? Allow leadership to cultivate you. You've got to be exposed. You've got to deal with some things, because you can't carry what's hidden inside of you into your next levels. You cannot go into leadership fragmented. You cannot go into leadership broken. You cannot go into leadership second guessing yourself, because the reality is this: you are too skilled, you are too competent, and you are too powerful to give people a broken version of yourself. If you have a mentor, if you have a pastor, if you have a leader, you have to let them cultivate you. Because what will happen if you go into your next season of leadership and you skip the process of cultivation, then you will take a half-cocked mentality into leadership, and you will then lead a people that will never reach their potential. Why is that? Because you've not reached yours. You have to be cultivated. You have to be teachable. You have to have a willing heart to learn, to accept the fact I don't know everything, to accept the fact there's still room for improvement, to accept the fact that there is much more inside of me than what I may be presenting. But the hardest thing that you are going to do as an upcoming leader, as a current leader, is to accept the process of cultivation. I've said it many times. Many people want ending results, but they don't want the process of the middle. And speaking about gardening, that we put up a trellis over our garden. Now, all the pictures of these trellises that were made with cow panels, all the pictures show tomatoes growing up these vines. All the pictures show grapes growing on these vines. All these pictures show hibiscus growing on these vines. But right now, all I have is a metal frame that's a trellis. Now, the reason why the trellis went up was not because we said, hey, this metal trellis is going to be beautiful. That's not why it's up. The reason why the trellis was up is because there was potential in the beauty of the trellis, and there's nothing growing on it yet. So the reason why that you are constantly being pushed, the reason why you're constantly being pulled, the reason why you're constantly being challenged, the reason why you feel as though you have to constantly prove yourself, it is because God knows that there is something inside of you. And unless he challenges your faith, unless he challenges your psyche, unless he challenges what you know to be normal, the beauty of what he sees will never be produced. Yeah. That's why having a leader is important. Having a leader will cultivate you. Yeah. Having leadership will cultivate you. And there are many of us on this live tonight that if we be honest with ourselves, we can say this: I've done a lot, I've accomplished a lot, but I need to be watered. Yeah, I've done a lot. I do pretty good. You know, I make big money, I drive big cars. Everybody know me, right? That's the song. I didn't say that, right? But the reality is this: we still have to be submitted to a process, that's given to someone for us, right? And at that point, once you begin to accept the process of cultivation, that's when things begin to change. When you begin to accept the process of cultivation, that's when you begin to grow. When you accept the process of cultivation, that's when you begin to blossom. All right? That's when you begin to blossom, right? Got to be mature. You have to be willing to go through a process of maturation. You have to be able to be cultivated. All right. It's messy work, but it's necessary. Leader, you have to delegate, you have to communicate, you have to be mature. All right. And you also have to go through a process of cultivation. All right. I hope I have helped somebody on tonight. All right. I am so excited about where we are, where we're going, what's happening, where the momentum of Impact Church is carrying us. I wanted to kind of just talk to you from my heart. My heart is leadership. I don't know if you guys recognize that through my excitement. My heart is leadership. I happen to be a leader that teaches leadership and loves Jesus, so we can teach the gospel as well. All right. So, as we said early, please make sure you're chiming in and that you are keeping up with all the things that we have going on at Impact Church of Greenville. All right. So, June 1st, we told you earlier that June 1st, it's up. All right. June 1st is going down. We need everybody in the building. I can't wait to see you on June the 1st. Please be on the lookout this weekend. All right. I'll be on the lookout this weekend. This will probably be one of the most significant weekends in Impact Church. Okay. Let me take all this stuff down because I need y'all to hear my heart. Okay. I need y'all to hear my heart on this. This weekend, we are going to be dropping our impactful giving flyer, video, etc. We're going to be reaching out to our partners, our friends, our family, because there is a lot of work to be done in securing a location. We need lighting, sound, items for music ministry, children's ministry, etc. So we are going to start our impactful giving campaign. What is that? We are going to be giving to make an impact for impact. All right. We don't do ministry for money. Okay. We don't do ministry for money, but it costs money to do ministry. All right. It costs money to do ministry. So we are going to kick off our impactful giving campaign. Every the partners that are here with us tonight, you will be privy to all information before it goes out, because if you know me, I'm going to need your help in critiquing and making sure everything makes sense, all the wording is right, that we're reaching the right people. So just be ready to work. If you get a text message at 6 a.m, forgive me, I woke up with it on my mind, but we're going to start our impactful giving campaign this weekend. Everything is in place, and so I'm so excited about what the community and our friends and our partners are going to do through your impactful giving. Okay. All right. Just to make sure we are all clear. We are a tithe returning church. We believe in giving and sowing into the kingdom of God. We believe that our wealthy place is attached to the principles of sowing and giving. The law of reciprocity is what will prosper Impact Church and what will prosper your life. Okay. So our impactful giving is going to be coming up. If you say, I want to make an impact tonight. All right. If you say, I want to make an impact on what we're doing tonight, our Cash App information is on the screen. $ Impact Church GV. Impact Church GV. Feel free to sow a gift, large, small, or somewhere in between. We are not going to be upset. We thank God for your liberal giving and what we're doing. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to the website. Stay tuned to the social media pages. Everything that you need to know that is pertinent to what we're doing, it is going to be out there for you to see. All right. Let's pray. Father, thank you for tonight. Thank you for these that have joined in with us. We bless you and we thank you and we celebrate you. God, thank you for making us great people and great leaders. We bless you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Enjoy your night. It's only 9 o'clock for you late people that stay up. Y'all have at it. I'm going to try to watch some of this game. I won't see the score probably until tomorrow morning, but hey, it is what it is. Enjoy your week. Have a great weekend. Be on the lookout for some big things, big announcements coming from Impact Church in the coming days. All right. Love you. See you soon. Peace.
can put your hands on it right here. So many days I've cried and prayed. I said, Lord, show me the way. So many nights I laid aside. I said, Lord, I don't wanna fight. But in your word I find peace, and in your word I am healed. And I know that you will always be by my side. God, you are my strong tower. God, you are